This week's coffee is going to be Nicaragua Limoncillo washed. So hello everybody and welcome to In My Mug episode 185 on Monday the 28th of May 2012. My name is Steve Layton and I am excited because I'm not in the roastery. I've been allowed out for the day. I'm at Opposite Cafe which is based in the Victorian quarter of Leeds. I will get somebody on here for the second half to taste the coffee with me and tell you more about where it is and what Opposite is. But yeah, I'm on location. It's really exciting. Reason I'm here is that they're having like a foodie type weekend, which I will get Howard to tell you about too, but they asked me to come up and maybe sell some bags of coffee for them, talk about the coffee a little bit, and gives me a chance to talk about In My Mug. Also gives me a great chance as well to do the Sheffield half marathon tomorrow, which I'm also doing. I know it's not a running programme, but it is, because that's me. But yes, I'm going to be doing that. My 10k went very well last week as well. Why am I talking about running on In My Mug? Right, anyway, enough. So, coffee we're going to be talking about today is Nicaraguan Limoncillo washed. I love this coffee. So, let me tell you a story. Let's go back to 2005 first of all. I am still working in the prison service as a prison officer. I am still trying to set up a coffee business it's doing okay, you know, but we're not enough for me to give up my job, and I'm doing it all hours that I'm not working. And I decided that it was time for me to go to Origin. I needed to go to a producing country. So I decided that I was going to get on an aeroplane and I went to Nicaragua to the Cup of Excellence jury. Never been on an aeroplane for 20 years, never been outside of Europe. A big thing for me. So we get to Nicaragua, and the first person I meet off the aeroplane is a guy called Erwin Maresh. Erwin is the coordinator for this Cup of Excellence. He's running the competition, speaks great English, but he's from Nicaragua originally, educated in Texas. So this guy, get to know him really well, get to know his brother really well, becomes a really good friend, communicate with him in email all the time afterwards, and have kept in touch ever since. Why am I telling you this story? Well, fast forward to 2007, Nicaraguan Cup of Excellence again, and I'm looking through the lots and I'm tasting the lots, and we find a coffee that we love. So we build a buying group together. We get this group of people to buy this coffee together, and bid away, we win it. Within half an hour I get an email from Erwin. I'm thinking, okay, well, he knows everybody on the Cup of Excellence, he knows these guys. Erwin says, man, you've brought my dad's coffee. I said, what? So this lot that we bought was from this guy I'd met in 2005. It was his father's coffee that had entered the competition that year and won. So I am like, wow, this is fate, this is meant to be. We buy the coffee, arrives in the UK, everybody loves it, so we try and buy it for the following year. But at this time in 2008, we're still tiny. I mean, we're tiny now, but we're tinier in 2008. So we ask our importers to bring this coffee in for us. So they buy the coffee from Erwin, we buy it from them, they can fund it, they can put it in their container, we get the coffee, they get to make some money. All is well up until last year. So last year I get a phone call from the importer and they said, Steve, we're not going to be buying Erwin's coffee this year. I am devastated. I love this coffee. By this time you love this coffee. So phone calls backwards and forwards to Nicaragua. We managed to get it on a container. We managed to get it to us here, and we saw it last year as a direct trade for the first time, and everybody loved it. Again, an amazing coffee. So this year in January I went out to Nicaragua and I spent 5 days with Erwin, his father, and Alani, his sister, and they took me around the group of farms that they own. I stopped in their family home, we ate together, we drank together, we had great times together, and this was one of the lots that we approved. So Limoncillo is 171 hectares, very big farm, huge place. It produces a heck of a lot of coffee. But what they also produce are lots of different lots. So they lot each day's pickings. They pick which ones taste better. This is a result of 2 days pickings. 2 days pickings that we approved as pre-shipment samples and then got mixed together into the one lot. So super excited that we had a choice of many, many days pickings. These were the ones that we wanted. I actually think that this year's Limoncillo is better than last year's, and last year's was pretty damn special. So we've been very, very lucky. On top of that, we've also got some other varietals and some other processing methods from the farm. We're going to be talking about Limoncillo a lot over the next 10, 12 weeks. Anybody who's renewed their subscription this week, you're going to be seeing a lot of this farm's coffee, so get used to it, because it's going to be about. So, varietals. Varietals is Bourbon and Caturra. I would say it's around about 60% Bourbon, 40% Caturra. It's a fully washed coffee. It's grown at an altitude of around about 1,200 metres above sea level. Its nearest town is the town of Matagalpa. What else do I need to tell you about it? They have a school on the farm. They have like a hospital medical part. They have a whole heap of facilities on there. People live on the farm all year round. It employs, I think it's around about 120 people. It is a big, big infrastructure and a big, big thing. We are hoping, and hopefully next time we do a Nicaraguan on In My Mug, because as I said, we're going to be doing a few, we will be able to, people are looking at me really weird is, if I kind of look to my sides like this, it's because they're giving me, what the hell is he doing? And I don't know what I'm doing either, but we're hoping to set up a charity, not charity, but like a fund. They need a new school. The current school that they have is really outdated, and while I was out there I was talking to Erwin and Alani about how we might be able to help, and this is something that we might be doing. So maybe with one of the other lots when we launch it, we'll be doing something where we give a bit, you give a bit, and we help them get this school. But that's for another day. So what else do we need to talk about? Let's do the numbers. So the farm is called Finca Limoncillo. Its nearest town is the town of Matagalpa. Has an altitude of 1,200 metres above sea level. It is a mixture of Caturra and Bourbon, Bourbon being 60%, Caturra being 40%. It is a fully washed coffee, fully washed, submerged in water, in tanks. It is an award-winning coffee, so he won the Cup of Excellence, won a Cup of Excellence award back in 2007. And it's owned by the Moresh family, who own a group of farms that all are processed at the Don Esteban mill. Which I spent a heck of a lot of time at in January. Right, time to whap you on pause to get very clever, talented, wonderful baristas to make me coffee, and we will be back to talk about the coffee and to talk about opposite, so I will be back with you in just a moment. And we are back, and I am holding a very posh microphone because my other cordless mic isn't working, as typical within my mug. I would like to introduce Howard. Say hello, Howard.
Hello, Howard.
See, he said hello, Howard. And let's dive into espressos before we start talking. So we have stirring device. You've watched this before, good man. So, aromas. First of all, this is really aromatic, so I'm getting lots of zing, lots of zest. Yep. Yeah. You can talk because I'm tasting.
So, I mean, what I get straight away is, you don't want to say limoncello so it tastes of lemons, but there is something like that in there.
There's definite acidity, and for me, I've been very definite on this coffee for the past 3 years. For me, it's green apple. So you get a green apple zing, but there is some lemon. There definitely, in this espresso, there is some lemon.
Yeah.
Let me finish drinking.
Commentating on someone drinking.
So it's got a sweet back to it as well, and we're going to see that much more in the brewed than we are in the espresso. But my favourite descriptor was with this coffee, and it just came to me, and it was just like, it's like a toffee apple. Yeah. So you bite in and you get caramel, you get sweetness, you get like the whole kind of stickiness going on, but then you get this burst of acidity, so you get that apple, you get that lemon and stuff like that.
Yeah, definite sort of, the toffee is definitely there, and I think it's really, really tasty. I think it really comes through in the milk as well, actually, there. That's the sweetness that you get.
I think so, and they're like, that's why I just like had to reach across and grab this, because it is another all-rounder coffee. Like, we blended so much with this last year. Like, there were so many great blends. Jailbreak was probably at its best when this was in it, and it was, you know. So yeah, I mean, you're right. The milk, you know, add milk to coffee, it gets sweet. You know, that's kind of why everybody likes cappuccinos and not so many people like espresso. You know, it's so.
You're on.
Give me the mic, it's mine! So we're going to hang on for the brood because I want to talk to Howard about Opposite and why we're here today. So tell me a little bit about what's going on first of all. So why you're doing this kind of event thing.
Sure. Well, it's the Leeds Food Festival. We like to try and put something on. I've tried to hijack it a little bit this year. We at Opposite, we're trying to make it into the Leeds Food/Coffee Festival. So we've kind of taken over a little bit of the Victoria Quarter in Leeds, which is where our tiny little kiosk is here, where we're always serving the coffee.
Map on the screen now. See, there's maps there.
Maps. Yeah, and just show off that you can make great coffee at home. So we've got a brew bar set up. I don't think you can see it in the back there. Maybe we'll go have a look in a minute. But we're always here. We're always doing good coffee, and we would just want to shout about it a little bit because coffee's awesome.
No, I think that's the thing for so long in Leeds. Like, this is a big city. It's a big city, and they're like Lou, who owns Opposite, who's too camera shy to come on and talk to us. She had a coffee shop at the university, which is really cool, but. It isn't like a brew bar place, is it? It's a place for students to hang out and have good coffee, a busy coffee shop. But there wasn't a cool place like here for the geek to come and buy some coffee or get something. I mean, now you've got here. You've also got Lanes, haven't you, as well, which is up by the train station. And it seems to be like
there's more and more as well coming.
But that's kind of like everywhere in the UK. You're seeing this slow kind of increase of people improving quality, improving focus, doing more, and that's really exciting. And it's good that you hijack that food festival thing. You know, I mean, because coffee is just as important, if not more so, because we're more involved in it. but you wouldn't have a food festival without wine involved. So you should. The funniest thing though, I went through to the market as I arrived here a bit early, and I saw Brian Turner sitting in the market with a newspaper. That's what they do in Leeds. That's the way they roll for food festivals. They make him sit in a market stall. I was hilarious. Anyway, brewed coffee. So, you know I love brewed coffee. This is where I really want to. Thank you for the loan of the mug as well. That isn't a spill. I thought, he hasn't washed up properly. Look at that, but that's very cool. So, thank you. So here for me, like, this is all acidity. Yep. This is all green apple. It's that biting into a fresh apple, juicy. I can feel the...
It's the juicy. Juicy is one of my favourite descriptors, favourite thing to find with coffee.
But I can feel it running down the side of my face. I need to wipe the apple juice off my face. It's that zingy. There's that lemon, again, is definitely there. And listen, this could be because it's Limoncillo. I worry about this sometimes because I've had descriptors before like that. But it's just a great all-rounder. I'm so pleased that we managed to get this coffee with all the hoo-ha that we've had, and you missed the bit with the run-up to it, but like we had so many problems with this coffee last year, and it's taken so much effort this year to get it here. It's arrived on the truck like on Wednesday, and we had to drag it off the truck. So to pull the espressos as well as you have, I'm super impressed because it was fresh. It was fresher than fresh, and it tastes amazing. So thank you very much. Listen,
pleasure.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for letting me do this here. Should we go and sell some bags of coffee?
Let's do it.
Good stuff. But before I go, what is it? Life is too short for bad coffee. I'm done.
Awesome. Do you want to check the sound?
It'll be fine.
Awesome.